Some years ago, 7 years ago in fact, we were discussing the latest accident statistics, and yet again, falls on height emerged as the #1 cause of fatalities and serious injuries. The HSE policy lead in the review of RIDDOR was introduced to us. We had a deep and meaningful discussion, and we knew that what we were saying to them was making sense, and what we were saying was that we should have better information in relation to accidents that tell us a bit more about the causes of accidents, particularly in relation to falls from height. They did agree, but they were quite clear in saying it's not happening because we have a remit from government to do one thing and one thing only with RIDDOR, and that is to extend it from a 3-day reporting to a 7-day reporting. Anything else will be considered by the government as being an additional burden on industry. Some years later, we offered to fund a senior HSE inspector to intercept and analyse reports of falls from height. That can got kicked down the road for a couple of years. And what we basically found out, or what we basically realised, is that civil servants implement the policy of the government. Don't misunderstand me, we work very closely with HSE and we have common goals. But we decided that in order to make a real difference, we need to engage with politicians, the policy makers, and know the civil servants who implement the policy. In 2017, we started down the road to form the APPG. Let's see what's coming up here. Oops. Is this just a wee second? Are you ready to go with that? Yeah? Right, just a wee second. Okay, I'll carry on. 2017, we started down the road to form the APPG under the leadership of Alison Thewliss MP, who has been a real champion in raising awareness and getting working at height on the political agenda. Unfortunately, Alison can't be with us today because she's back in Parliament. Who would have believed that? It was somewhat unexpected, but as a precautionary measure, we asked Alison to pre-record this message in our studio in Glasgow this week.
It's been a real pleasure to chair the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Working at Height since its inception in October 2017. And I'm pleased that the group has started along a path to bringing about positive change for employers, employees and many more besides who work at height on a regular basis. In the 2 years that have passed since the group started, I've been amazed at the level of interest in working at height from both industry and the public at large. 2019 has been a busy year for us. In February, we launched the APPG's first publication, Staying Alive, Preventing Serious Injury and Fatalities While Working at Height. The report saw a number of recommendations made following a concerted effort by the group to collect evidence from interested stakeholders, including those who have direct experience of falls. The recommendations in the report included enhanced reporting through RIDDOR without increasing the burden on industry, better sharing of data, including gaining access to accident data that public bodies are collecting but is not available to the public. The establishment of an independent body to allow for confidential, enhanced and digital reporting of all near misses that do not qualify for RIDDOR reporting. The extension of the Working Well Together, Working Well at Height safety campaign to industries outside of the construction sector. The rolling out of a similar system to Scotland's fatal accident inquiry to the rest of the UK. The creation of a digital technology strategy, including a new tax relief for small, micro and sole traders to enable them to better invest in new technology. And the undertaking of a major review of work at height culture, including an investigation into the suitability of legally binding financial penalties in health and safety, funds which could then be used to raise awareness and to conduct retraining exercises. Having a comprehensive report has been extremely valuable when lobbying UK Government ministers on the need for a reform in the area of working at height. Since the report publication in February, I and a number of other parliamentarians have spoken in a dedicated debate on working at height, and the APPG has met with the Minister of State for Disabled People, Health and Work, Justin Tomlinson, to discuss the report's recommendations. I was greatly encouraged by the tone in which the debate and the meetings with the Minister were conducted, and I hope to soon see some movement from the UK Government on a number of the proposals that were discussed. The publication of HSE figures in July on workplace fatal injuries served as a timely reminder of why the APPG was formed, because no one should ever be in danger of not returning home from work as the result of a fall from height. The recent data told us that a total of 147 workers were killed at work in 2018-19, 6 more than the previous year. 40 of those fatalities were as a result of a fall from height. Indeed, on average, nearly 5,700 people every year suffer injuries following a fall. With this in mind, it's been crucial for the group, particularly during the collation of evidence for its inquiry, to bear in mind that working at height is not the sole preserve of those who work in the construction sector. We must also consider the work of window cleaners, sole traders, small businesses, people in oil and gas sectors, farm and agricultural workers, and many other besides. It's been really powerful hearing testimony from those who've been directly affected as the result of a fall from height, be it loved ones of those who've lost their lives, or those who've suffered a life-changing injury themselves. I would commend to anyone the fantastic Get a Grip safety campaign, which was launched recently by the Ladder Association and the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. The campaign aims to raise awareness of the importance of using ladders and stepladders safely, both at work and at home, in an attempt to reduce accidents. During its launch, the campaign featured a short film comprising an interview with Abby Taylor, whose father, Jason Anker, was paralysed after a fall from height when she was only 3 years old. Abby talks candidly about the profound effects that her father's accident had on her. She speaks about how he was not able to walk down the aisle at her wedding or babysit his young granddaughter. It's an incredibly powerful message and helps to convey the message that there can be devastating, real-life consequences to using ladders or working at height in any capacity if the proper precautions are not taken. I and others in the APPG are keen to explore further opportunities for similar campaigns going forward. I would just like to conclude my remarks by congratulating Peter Bennett on receiving his OBE earlier this year and for his invaluable contribution to height safety. Without his knowledge and guidance, and that of those around him, none of the progress the group has made so far would have been possible, and I look forward to working with him and with others going forward. I would like to finish up by saying that I'm delighted to be able to report, a year on from the last event, on the excellent progress that's being made on getting issues regarding working at height in front of decision makers. This would have been so much more difficult without the efforts of everyone in this room who's committed to preventing accidents whilst working at height. Thank you to each and every one of you.
If you want to find more out about the all-party parliamentary group working at height, if you go to that website, workingatheight.info.